Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the English News Edition brought to you live from RTD channel. The headlines for tonight are: the head of state, Ismail Omar Guelleh, presided over the 50th session of the Ministers' Council. And on the international scene, European Union and Turkey are around the table, but no concrete progress. Thanks for joining us on RTD channel. Under the chairmanship of His Excellency the President Ismail Omar Guelleh has been held this morning the 50th Ministers' Council. 15 bills were on the agenda. The first bill concerned a bill to ratify the framework agreement establishing an international solar alliance. Details with the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, a spokesperson of the government, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf.
Sous la présidence du chef de l'État, Son Excellence M. Ismail.
Under the chairmanship of the head of state, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, has been held this morning the 5th Ministers' Council. 17 bills were on the agenda. The first bill concerned a bill to ratify the framework agreement establishing the International Solar Alliance. This agreement aimed to provide a collective response to the main obstacle to the deployment of solar energy at the level of the needs of member states. The structure of this agreement is based on programs broken down into a series of action, the project and activities carried out by the member state and the Secretariat. The second bill is related to a drafted decree appointing technical advisor Mr. Abdi Ahmed Noor at the National Education, which has been appointed technical advisor to the Prime Minister. The third bill is about a drafted decree adapting the articles of incorporations of the Djiboutian Railway Company. The purpose of this decree is to adopt the statute of the SDCF, of which the sole shareholder is the state, to transfer the assets of the public company to the public limited company, specifying the regimes that applies to the public domain of the SDCF, and finally allowed the opening of the SDCF social capital to the operators. The fourth bill concerned a drafted decree for the implementations of the law on private-public partnership and setting up of the PPP Regulation Commission. This drafted decree defined the organization and functioning of the PPP Regulatory Commission, an independent administrative authority placed under the Presidency of the Republic, established by Article 10 of the Law 186/2017 on public-private partnership. The fifth bill is related to a drafted decree establishing the procedures for the award of a PPP. The cycle of a project includes several stages. The identifications of a project likely to be the subject of a PPP, conducting the preliminary studies to demonstrate that the use of the public-private partnership is the best solution for the implementation of the project. The sixth bill is related to a draft relative to a decree on the organization and functioning of the Public-Private Partnership Department. The purpose of this bill is precisely to describe the organization and functioning of the body in charge of evaluating the legal and financial structuring of the Public-Private Partnership projects. The expert body formed as the General Directorate of the Ministry of the Economy and Finance will be called the General Directorate of the Public-Private Partnership. The seventh bill is related to a bill on financing the Tajura Port Assets Road project. The Republic of Djibouti and the OPEC Fund for International Development signed an agreement on February the 13th, 2017. This loan agreement of 2 billion Djiboutian francs is intended to finance this 90-kilometer road. Loan conditions are concessional to the interest rate of 1.75% per amount over a period of 30 years. The eighth bill concerned a draft law ratifying the loan agreement between the Republic of Djibouti and the Exim Bank of China for second of the Transboundary Water Supply Project. The Republic of Djibouti has signed a financing agreement with the Exim Bank of China to an amount of 8 billion Djiboutian francs. This additional financing will cover the total amount of the contract between the Djibouti Water Office and the Chinese company CGCOC. The 9th bill is related to a drafted decree concerning the regulation of the formalities of business creation. In the context of rapid and profound change in the global economic environment, the Republic of Djibouti has made the improvement of its business climate a strategic choice to build a strong economy able to face the challenges of productivity and international competitiveness. The competitiveness of our country, both regionally and internationally, as well as our prospects for economic transformation, are based on our ability to drastically reduce the cumbersome administrative procedures and to get rid of regulatory inefficiencies, which are the creation of a company and therefore the economic growth of the country.
And now let's take a listen to the spokesperson of the government for the second part of the Ministers' Council.
La 10e question concerne un projet de décret portant organisation.
The 10th bill concerned a draft decree on the organization and operation of the National Tax Conciliation Commission. The draft decree aimed to set up this commission, which meet the commitment of the Ministry of Budget defined by Article 3 of the partnership agreement signed with the CCD, acting on behalf of the private sector. This draft decree deals with jurisdiction, condition of seizure, composition of the National Tax Conciliation Commission functioning. The presidency of this commission will be placed under the authority of the mediator of the Republic. The 11th bill is related to a draft law amending and supplementing law number 179/2017 of the ODPIC fees. As part of this project, the Djibouti Office for the Protection of Industrial and Commercial Property has significantly reduced the fees and registration in the trade and companies register in order to promote the entrepreneurship and the private sector development. The 12th bill is related to a modification of Article 2 of the Decree 148 of April 2017, defining the competence and experience required for the design of the architectural plans, the realization of the plans of structure, and the supervision of the work of construction. The purpose of this order is to formalize, clarify, and regulate the skills and experience required to design architectural plans. The 13th bill concerned a bill amending the General Tax Code. This project concerned the modification of Article 499 and 501 of the General Tax Code relating to the registration fee for real estate transfer, and more particularly on transaction between an individual and a company on the one hand, between two companies on the other. The 14th bill concerned a draft decree on the assignment of Yassin Al-Mibouh to our embassy in Nairobi. He has all the skill required to take full responsibility in the service of our country. The 15th bill concerned the adoptions of a new civil code. This code is the bedrock of the civil legislation. It is a code adopted by the needs of the people and ensures the legal certainty that all expect from the legislation. The rule in place must be kept. On the one hand, whenever improvements are possible, they should be realized.
The head of state, Ismail Omar Guelleh, has led today also a second meeting in the afternoon at the Presidential Palace. This work of an important meeting dedicated to the national development efforts, the ultimate goal of this meeting, which was attained by ministers as well public and private officials in charge of the main sector of activity of our economy. It was no longer just to identify the obstacles and difficulties encountered in our legitimate pursuit sustainable development. The ultimate goal was, above all, for the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, to assign more senior officials to convey to respect a more rigorous work ethic, as well as strengthening a culture of results in the fulfillment of their respective missions. reform and endorse the reform needed for the country's socio-economic takeoff. The high-level working session chaired by the President is part of a regular as well periodic meeting with the actors of the national administration to discuss reform as well endorse the reforms essential to the economic as well takeoff of our country. The head of state who presided over this important meeting for the second time said the priorities of the government is the response to the Djibouti people well-being. Today's meeting was about the urbanization in all these components, detailed in his speech.
Notre deuxième réunion avec les membres du gouvernement et un certain nombre de collaborateurs.
Our second meeting today with the ministers and collaborators will continue for numbers of updates on our policy and our government plan, and above all, our way of serving the Djiboutian people. It is highly important under the leadership of the Prime Minister and myself to focus from time to time to look at the path we have taken and to see if we are still on the right track, if we answer to the call of our fellow citizens. It is for this reason that I have asked to direct the work of the government and these collaborators to remap the mission that are ours, to see more clearly if we are on the agenda. There are transversal missions that require interministerial collaboration. It's a must that every ministerial department to collaborate in order for this project to see the light. Today we will talk about urbanizations in all of its components: security, social, administrative, economic, and review each of us how we should respond to the people needs.
And still with the national news, the President of the National Assembly, Mohammed Ali Ahmed, received this Tuesday in a courtesy visit the new ambassador of the United States of America, Mr. Larry, accredited recently to Djibouti. Mandar Mohamed tells us more.
The President of the National Assembly, Mr. Mohammed Ali Ahmed, received this Tuesday, March 2018, the visit of the Honorable new Ambassador, Mr. Larry Andre, of the United States of America, accredited recently in Djibouti. This meeting took place in the Parliamentarian VIP Lounge in presence of the Chief of the Staff, Mr. Idris Mohammed Ahmed. The two personalities reviewed the state's exceptional bilateral relations and friendship and cooperation between Djibouti and the United States. The exchange focused on the cooperation between the National Assembly of Djibouti and the American Congress.
The National Assembly hosted today the opening of the work of an information workshop for the benefits of new MPs. This training will be done in two stages. Details in this report.
The National Assembly hosted today, 27 March 2018, the opening workshop for the benefit of the new deputies. This training will be devoted in two stages. The first stage will be devoted to the presentation of the new staff, the senior executives, and the prerogatives of the favored services. The inauguration ceremony of this training session was under the patronage of the President of the Parliament, Mr. Mohammed Ali Ahmed. Led by the Secretary General, this training session is reserved for the deputies elected in the legislative election of February 23 that took place in the hemicycle.
And on the sidelines of this workshop, the President of the National Assembly, Mohammed Ali Ahmed, invited in his speech the elected representative of the majority as well, the opposition, to appropriate the parliamentary working environment. Let's take a listen.
Permettez-moi de vous dire que c'est un grand honneur.
The President of the Assembly said, and I quote, "It is an honor for me to launch the training workshop which is intended for the new deputies newly elected to the National Assembly." He did not fail to thank the deputies who took part in this workshop. Informing the deputies, the President of the Assembly said that this testified the importance showed by the new parliamentarians to the mission that the citizens have chosen them for. this mission that is to defend the interest of the Djiboutian people. This training allows to share the experience and promote the democracy of the parliamentary work. The President of the Assembly asked the parliamentarians to best exercise their responsibilities and work in a synergy with the staff in charge of the Assembly.
The Minister of Economy as well Finance in charge of Industry, Ilyas Musa Dawali, received this morning in his office the Director General of the Kuwait Fund, Hisham Ibrahim Al-Waqiyan, to finalize the sign of a financing agreement in the field of geothermal energy. Then the Minister of Economy as well Finance in charge of Industry proceeded this morning to the signature of a finance agreement with the Director General of the Kuwaiti Fund dedicated to the financing of the construction project of a geothermal power station at Lak Asal. Let's know the participation of the Kuwaiti ambassador in Djibouti, the President Advisor Mohamed Sikiye, the Secretary General MEFI, Mrs. Maria Mohammed as well, the Assistant of the EDD Abu Bakr Hassan. This project concerned the finance of a geothermal power plant with a capacity of 15 megawatts through 10 binary geothermal drilling for an amount of 8 million Kuwaiti dinars, equivalent to $27 million or about 5 billion Djibouti francs. The minister recalled the will of the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, which is to give a major importance to the renewable energies abundant in Djibouti. In his intervention, the Director General of the Kuwaiti Fund, Hisham Ibrahim, did not miss to welcome this agreement signed with the Djibouti's Minister of Finance and Industries. In an intervention made during the signing of the agreement, the Minister of Economy as well Finance, Ilyas Musa Dawali, did not miss to recall the will of the President Ismail Omar Guelleh, which is to give a major importance to the renewable energies abundant in Djibouti. The President of the Republic, he said, wishes is to achieve energy independence in order to achieve a reduction in tariff as well create jobs. The Minister, Ilyas Musa Dawali, welcomed the commitment of the Kuwaiti Fund for the development of Djibouti. This project, he said, is the first phase of a series of investment aimed at promoting the socio-economic transformation of this country. The Minister of Economy and Finance stressed finally that this project stems from the vision of Djibouti 2035, in particular in energy dimension. The Minister of Communication in charge of Post and Telecommunication, Abdi Yusuf Suge, has received yesterday in the afternoon a delegation of the National Council of Communication headed by the interim President Ali Mohamed Dimbiyo. The meeting was held in the conference room of the Ministry of Communication. The National Communication Council delivered its final report to the Ministry of Communication. They have undertaken the day of the votes and campaigns of the two last elections, namely the communal as well, the presidential election. The President of the National Council of Communication evoked that these elections were held in a good condition and safely. The delegation will fulfill its mission and continue to serve its fellow citizens. The chairman of the National Council of Communication also emphasized in his speech the different points with which they worked during the election, but also the different problems encountered. Finally, the chairman of the delegation did not miss to thank particularly the Broadcasting Television of Djibouti, RTD, which had been a trampoline and that play a key role in broadcasting electoral as well presidential campaigns. For his part, the Minister of Communication in charge of Post and Telecommunication, Abdi Yusuf Suge, said in his intervention during the meeting that the initiative of the creation of the National Council of Communication is an idea of President Guelleh. He also held the excellence of the work that the National Council of Communication did during the communal as well legislative election 2018. The Communication Minister also thanked the Broadcasting, Radio and Television of Djibouti, RTD, and in particular the reporters who were motivated thoroughly and played a significant role in transmitting information concerning those elections. The mayor of the city of Djibouti presided over this morning at the People's Palace the closing ceremony of training on improving the governance of issues related to water as well as sanitation. This training was organized by the Town Hall for the benefits of elected officials as well as local authorities in partnership with the AFD, European Union and ONEAD with funding from the International Association of French Mayors. The closing ceremony included the participation of the director of the INEP, the representative of the European Union, the municipal councillor of the municipality of Balbala as well Blauhaus. The purpose of this training was to raise awareness and strengthen capacities of elected officials on the governance of waters as well as sanitation related issues. And now let's get into the international news. The European Union trade was being discussed between the President of Turkey and the representative of European Union. Let's see it.
President Erdogan wants to wrench his country's access proceed to the European Union, but Brussels recalled the differences opposing Ankara and several issues. An summit that was concluded without Congress process on Monday in Bulgaria. Relations between Turkey and the European Union have been roached for several months. The European Union leader and the Turkish president has to take account of their relations at a meeting in Vienna on Monday, 26 March. In terms of Congress solutions, we have reached to not compromise, said Mr. Donald Tusk. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who wished above all to restart the process of accessing of his country in the UE, a date point for the several months yet sold in the highlight of the good cooperation of Ankara and the 28.
Russia President Vladimir Putin has blamed the fire that ravaged a shopping mall in Siberia. Let's hear it more in details.
The Russian President Vladimir Putin on Tuesday blamed the fire that ravaged a shopping mall in Siberia to a criminal negligence. The disaster left at least 64 deaths, according to a report of the authorities. This accident has caused a strong emotion in the country. Vladimir Putin went on Tuesday, March 27, to Kemerodze, Siberia, where a fire rent a shopping center on Sunday. According to a report that drew up by the authorities, the accident left at least 64 deaths, including several children and many wolves.
So that's it for the news. Thanks for your attention.